to another video. Today we're back with something different. We did it last year. It's going to be a season review of the 2019-20 season from our perspective, and as well, like last time, we're going to also have some other Swansea content creators such as Reese, Marley, Curtis, and possibly more as well. So we'll hand it over to them, and yeah.
So shout out to the boys at the Pure SCFC Vlogs for wanting me on and giving my season review. So this is what I've got to say about O season. Fair, the boys did very well this season. You know, Cooper and the players. There was a lot of criticism for Cooper, especially the football he played. But after lockdown, we switched to a 5 at the back system, which worked magnificently. We only lost one game in that time in the 9 games, I believe, which was Luton. Oh, sorry, 2 actually against Leeds as well. But you know, we were performing a lot better and we were scoring more goals, defending a lot better as well. Early on in the season, we had some really good results, Leeds, Cardiff, but then with us, we were very inconsistent this season as well. Losing like to Luton Town, not getting any points against Barnsley, or any wins, I should say, against Barnsley. Beating Leeds and losing to Leeds, so there's no real consistency. We could beat one team, a big team, one week, and then lose to a bottom of club team like Stoke, for example. So it was quite frustrating, but I didn't expect us to get playoffs, but we did. So you've got to give Cooper and the players a lot of credit for that. A was exceptional this season. You know, he performed every game. Brewster, he really turned on since lockdown. And I think our signings in January really helped us boost our chance of getting the playoffs, and we did. This summer, what do I expect? Don't expect too many signings. We're probably going to go for loans and free agents again, so fingers crossed Cooper and the scouting team can get that done. But, you know, even if we don't get playoffs next season, let's hope we can see some good football that we have this season. Let's hope we stay unbeaten in the derby as well, because that's really important for us. But like we were saying, I think majority of Swans fans are saying last season was a really good positive for us. Play some good football now and again, score some good goals. Just a bit frustrating how we kept on losing to some less teams in the league, and that's no disrespect to them, but that's on paper. But playoffs, you know, really unlikely to go to Brentford, lost by 1 goal over 2 legs, and you know, we've seen even in the playoff final they had a lot of quality. But Brentford will be a decent away day next year. So thanks, boys, for having me on. Make sure you subscribe to my channel, Swans Away if you haven't already. But keep up the good work, PSCFC Vlogs, and thanks for getting me on for this season.
Hello guys, on the Pure SCFC Vlogs channel, Marley here from the Marley SCFC Vlogs channel. Luke and Jake have asked me to come on, say a bit of a word about the season. Our season was very good, better than I expected. I think we really outshone the teams that really didn't think we'd do much in the game, in the season. But I think we really we performed really drastically, and I think we really took the games to heart towards the end of the season, like, you know, the business end of the season. Obviously, we beat Cardiff. Obviously, a very good win. We got 1 over them now. Rest of them have been draws. We've obviously got a really tough season and a massive rebuild to come in the next coming weeks. Whether we'll spend any money, I'm not sure, but we all we know is we need to get in some players who think we can trust and rely on for the season. But yeah, more about the season. I think we took it really good. I think we really progressed well. Cooper is a very good manager. Would love to see him stick around next season. But yeah, it's been a very good season, and yeah, I've really enjoyed it. You know, it's good. It's been good for vlogs and stuff like our live streams, obviously towards the end of the season. But yeah, thank you for having me on, guys, and I'll see you all in a bit. Ciao, guys. Up the Swans. Roll on next season. Come on, you Swans.
Hey guys, it's TheTrueJack on Pure SCFC Vlogs channel. I'm here to give my thoughts of the season, and I gotta say it's been a good season in my opinion. And we only spent 500k in the transfer window of the 2 transfer windows, which is obviously the summer and winter transfer window. And I thought that we'd done very well to get in top 6. It was totally unexpected, but a few games did cost us a bit, and we had a few bad games, and I think we should have got the 3 points out of this game. And if we didn't sit back all the time and we played like we did the whole 90 minutes, like against the likes of Borough and Birmingham, for example, then I think we would have finished top 2. But yeah, I think it's been a good season overall, especially a young squad. I cannot complain when we finished 6th, especially getting in our last day. But it was a shame that we got knocked out by Brentford. In fact, Brentford lost 2-1 to Fulham in the playoff final. So yeah, guys, it's been a good season overall in my opinion, and hopefully we'll see more next season. So a target next season in my opinion is to finish top 6 again, sign the right players and that. So yeah, cheers for having me on Pure SCFC Vlogs.
So just my quick thoughts on the season for Pure SCFC Vlogs. It's been a good year. Steve has done an amazing job for his first year in management. I say our best player's been Andre Ayew. 18 goals, 7 assists, absolutely amazing. I'd say our worst player's been either Aldo or Bursand. Aldo had an injury start of the season which hurt him a lot. I think his only good game was against Huddersfield. And with Bursand, he's got the talent, but it just wasn't there this year. 2 goals, 2 assists, not good enough. So yeah, that's my season review.
And then now on to our part. So so what I think of our season, me and Luke will have we'll go back and forth and stuff, but I do think we had a really good season. You know, at the start in August we were flying really high. I think we were unbeaten in August. I think we only drew one, which was Derby, and we won the rest. Obviously beat Leeds, beat Birmingham, beat Northampton, beat Cambridge, beat Preston, beat QPR. We were really good then. But yeah, would you add anything else about August or anything?
Yeah, I feel like the start we were actually playing really, really well. We were getting some good results, grinding some out, getting wins, getting some draws, which is what we needed really.
Yeah. Well, we were top of the league at one point, weren't we?
Yeah.
We
I think
in
after the Leeds game, I think it
the
was.
season. Yeah, and then obviously our first loss of the season, we were beaten 1-0 by Nottingham Forest at home after a late Alpha Semedo winner, and that was obviously because of the international break, always ruins us. But obviously Borja was on form in August as well, forgot to mention that, 6 goals I think or something. And then in September was pretty average, and then after that, I don't know if you'd agree with me, but October and November we had like a really rough stage, didn't we?
Yeah, that's when it kind of slid.
To pick up any result. Yeah, obviously apart from the derby, because the players were up for the derby and we did really well, but I remember the game before that we lost 3-0 to Brentford, and that was absolutely horrible night that was. And it wasn't exactly great, but and then in the Christmas period, so December time, we weren't exactly losing many games, but we weren't winning any. We were drawing some, because we beat Luton 1-0. Only scraped a 1-0 win against them. Obviously, Andre Ayew late goal, and we drew to Barnsley. And who else was there? Who else was it? I'm trying to think. We lost 3-1 to Brentford on Boxing Day. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
That was a poor result. So yeah, we have had some good moments this season, but obviously then January came and brought in some players like Brewster, Gallagher, Mark Gihai on loans, also departures like Borja, Tom Carroll. But what would you say about the players that have come in? Like, do you think they've had an impact on that?
I think definitely. I think last three or 4 games, I think Gallagher has definitely improved. I think at the start when we had him, he did give the ball away quite a bit. Especially I think it was in the Hull City game when we drew 4-4. In that game, I thought he just keep giving the ball away, which is way too much. But I think recently, last few games, he's actually been brilliant, and he's been creating a lot of chances. And obviously Brewster, he's been unbelievable. The amount of goals he scored, and just the way he's just come into the team, and he's just helped us grind out results, try and get some wins. So I appreciate what they've all done.
Yeah, and then obviously in January we also had another rough patch then, because we drew to QPR, drew to Hull, we drew to West Brom in March, which was a good result, and then I think we got a 3-1 win against Huddersfield, which was a good result at the time, because that was our first win in quite a long time. And then obviously the coronavirus happened, and obviously the football stopped. But when we resumed, we were looking a really good side, because obviously the 3-0 win against Middlesbrough. And then unfortunately we lost 1-0 to Luton, but we did bounce back after that. We drew to Millwall, beat Birmingham, beat Sheffield Wednesday, lost to Leeds, beat Reading. I think, what was that out of the 9? Didn't we lose 2, draw 2, and win 5?
Yeah, I think that's correct.
Pretty sure we did. Yeah, but yeah, and then obviously we got to the playoffs. After that miracle at Reading, but after when we got into the playoffs, we did really, really well in the first leg anyway. 1-0 goal from Andre Ayew, really decent goal. But what are your thoughts on that anyway?
Obviously it was very unfortunate against Brentford, because obviously the first leg we played brilliant, but second leg I think they were just too good up front really, and Obviously, it's a shame. People could debate about it, saying if we did deserve to get to the playoffs or not. In my opinion, I think it's kind of a fluke how we got there. To be honest, I know we played well against Reading, but it's just somehow opposite at Stoke and Forest game somehow went our way due to the amount of goals that were scored, and I think it's debatable to say if we have deserved it, because there have been some games this season that we should have won that we've lost or we've drew.
Yeah.
And yeah, I just don't really know if we actually deserved to get to the playoffs, if I'm being honest.
True, I think we did, because we weren't consistent throughout the season, but
No.
I do think we deserved it. We scraped in slightly, but I do think we deserved it. They put in a good shift towards the end of the season since the restart. But what would you rate Cooper's season as a whole, or our season out of 10?
I feel I'd give him it's tough. I feel I'd give him a 7.
I'd say an 8.
I'd say a 7, I think.
Yeah, because you know it was underachieving. He spent, overachieving. Sorry, he spent no money, brought in loan players. Obviously, had no budget or anything, as I said.
Yeah.
Inexperienced team, first senior league managerial job as well. So he's done really well.
Yeah, he has.
But that's been our season review. And thanks for watching, and we'll be back for transfer videos soon, so stay tuned and thanks for watching.
Cheers.